I love her, but she's not going to last forever. When you need new equipment, check out Implements Direct. They're the online store that have got everything you need to get the job done. Forks, buckets, post hole borers, mowers, even concrete mixers for the back of your tractor, and more. So save yourself time and money. Don't go to town, buy direct from Implements Direct and they will ship direct to you. Implements Direct.
So Percy, the deer industry has certainly come a long way over the years, hasn't it? From the 60s and 70s and...
Yeah, it certainly has, because, you know, we were dealing with wild animals in the early years.
Yes.
And then a few guys got together and started farming them, and it just developed from there. And we had all sorts of protocol to go through with government regulations and stuff like that. But we've always been exporting wild venison out of New Zealand, but now we're exporting farmed venison. And that's been going on since, you know, the late 60s.
Right.
Early 70s.
And of course, you yourself personally, you've been involved in the capture of the live deer from the helicopter days when the fellows were getting racked up with 3-0s.
Yeah, I was involved with the live capture of deer around the motor area, Mohaka and Kaimanawas, and then shifted down to Fiordland and did a bit of work down there, live capture work as well. And yeah, they were dangerous days, but we all survived to tell the story.
So the chopper out the front, she was a casualty from that period or not?
Yes,
yeah, oh, it was. Yes,
yeah, that was it. And we rebuilt that and to what it is today.
Magic. No, you've certainly got a lovely museum here, eh? And it covers all aspects. From...
Well, it's a good collection. It shows people how the deer industry started. Because a lot of people under the age of 30 just think deer have been farmed since day one or all the time.
Just always
they
been
didn't
there,
realise that the industry was actually created.
Right.
And created by some pioneers of the industry, and some of them lost their lives. You know, with
in fact, quite a few did, didn't they, over the years? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, by crikey. Interesting paraphernalia here.
Yeah, it certainly is. This one here is a door off a Hughes 500 chopper with bullet holes through here and here from the helicopter wars.
That's too close when you're up in the air, isn't it?
Certainly
is. Word.
And from other helicopter guys shooting each other down, because a lot of poaching was going on in those days.
Right, eh? Yeah, so what, just fellas on the ground trying to...
And ground shooters as well. These ones here are the same. There's a couple of skids here with the holes in them when they've been shot out.
They meant business, didn't they?
Certainly did.
It's the old Army 3-0 did mean business.
And this another one here. This was the armrest to get up into the chopper. Yes. Shot through.
Oh, crikey.
So they were certainly hair-raising days in those days.
Blood ticking?
Certainly was. Yeah, certainly was.
And crikey, more interesting gadgets. Almost look legal. You're like lethal, rather.
Yeah, right, these are what we call the gotcha gun. And we used to put a net inside there and was fired over the deer.
Right.
And then after that we jumped on the deer and what we call bulldogging, and tied it up with dog collars. And in some cases later on, they used to get drugged to calm them down.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, because our losses were quite high. But that was the original gotcha gun. Yeah.
Wow, a bit of Q ingenuity, is it?
Yeah, it was. They were all handmade by Kiwis. Yeah.
Wow.
So they were. Yeah.
Well, there's certainly another danger here. Should be a 4-bladed helicopter prop setup, but it's only 3. Yeah,
this is one that had a bad accident, and you've got to be very careful. Like the nets used to get hooked up if you weren't careful in the rotor blades, and that can be the damage that's done, and pull the chopper down, and that's what happened many times, and people were killed and things like that.
Not good for the faint-hearted.
No, certainly not.
Nice little piece of lead here, Percy.
Yeah, it certainly was. A claim of guys, the lives of 3 guys up in the Kaimanawas.
Yes.
And that was all that was left of the chopper.
Holy whiskers. She just burnt to a molten,
terrible.
Well, burnt to pieces here.
So it just shows to show how dangerous the industry was in those days.
Yes. Oh, of course, all of us folk at that age, we remember reading the papers, goings on, eh?
Yeah, we were all young with no brains.
Well, of course, over the years, there's been the camaraderie of you deer hunters, and as you've said, also the non-camaraderie. But in general, how was the industry?
Oh, no, the camaraderie was pretty good amongst guys, and you know, it's just that sometimes the government hunters weren't happy about us doing live capture because they were getting paid for by per tail and stuff like that.
Oh, true.
To eradicate them, and we were coming in with live capture and capturing deer. A lot of poaching went on and stuff like that on government blocks and things like that, and that's where a lot of the
bad feeling came in.
Bad feeling come down between helicopter pilots and the ground shooters in a lot of cases. But you've got to remember, when we were shooting in those days, with no trouble to go out and get 10 in the morning, and you know, we were getting $3,000 each.
Oh,
some cases
that would have been
$4,000.
serious bickies, eh?
So it was serious money, and
Yes.
the whole industry was pretty serious, you know, and developed from there.
Uh-huh.
But at a high cost of lives and helicopters.
So a good friend, Barry Crump?
Yeah, Barry Crump was in down to Potiki in those days, and he was living down there, and you know, we used to come across him down the local pub, and that was about it. And yeah, there was no real animosity between Barry and the guys, but you know, he was a true Kiwi guy.
Yep. No, the stories of himself tell it all, don't they?
Yeah, they certainly do, and his books. You know.
Yeah. Bit of a
They
character,
certainly
Kiwi legend.
Yeah.
Well, Percy, amongst your gears here, you got a, well, what is it? A gizmo
Feel the weight of that.
Oh, crikey, that's an arm and leg material, isn't it?
Yeah, that
Piece of
was made by Joe Collins in a Potiki,
Yes.
handmade, and Joe made that, and used to shoot deer and catch deer with it. Incredible how he used to hold it, because it's bloody heavy.
Well, it's arm and leg material, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
seriously
certainly
heavy.
is, yeah.
Heavier than it looks, in fact. But yeah, put it on your shoulder and sight it and all. She was work of art, eh? But as you say, that was in the days when the men were the men.
Yeah,
And
certainly was.
I love her, but she's not going to last forever. When you need new equipment, check out Implements Direct. They're the online store that have got everything you need to get the job done. Forks, buckets, post hole borers, mowers, even concrete mixers for the back of your tractor, and more. So save yourself time and money. Don't go to town, buy direct from Implements Direct, and they will ship direct to you. Implements Direct.